welcome to a brand new episode of Plotty Time, the podcast where we three gamers discuss video game stories in detail and necessary and appropriate backlash. On one side of the table, we have Chump Slap.
He would make outrageous claims like he invented the question mark. Sometimes he would accuse chestnuts of being lazy.
On the other side of the table, Dr. Syintist.
There he goes, one of God's own prototypes. A high-powered mutant of some kind never even considered for mass production. Too weird to live, too rare to die.
My name is Poppascotch, and as I always say, vampires don't do dishes. Let's play that theme song.
Are you kidding me? The guy asked for something spooky.
Is it a gun that sucks balls? I'm the farting demon in this relationship.
I'd be an awesome rich person.
You're both just an embarrassment.
God, I'm awesome.
We're talking Tom Hanks and his vehicle.
Yeah, I had my finger in my mouth waiting for you to finish.
You gotta get 4 balls or something?
Like dick piercings?
No, you know damn well I'm fucking that demon.
Still sexy.
How could that be close and not be
Yeah,
right?
just kill some random dude.
His wishes.
Welcome back to the Plotty Time podcast, the podcast that goes over games and we're the most accurate that's ever existed. Let's start where we always start. Dr. Syintist, what have you been playing, watching, doing? What's going on with you?
First off, I think Chump Slap used that quote before.
I didn't use it.
No.
Somebody might have. I thought that too.
And secondly, every time I hear it and I never say anything, but I think you're severely underrepresented in that intro, Poppascotch. I think you have like 2 lines.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to listen to it now.
I think I have this one. Sack move. That one's definitely in there.
I don't.
I love it. I want it as a ringtone.
Sack move. Or at least a notification.
Yeah, just when you text.
Anyway, what have I been watching, playing, doing? How you say?
I think he said that.
Well, I saw the new D&D movie, Honor Among Thieves, I believe it's called,
Yeah.
with Chris Pine and Michelle Rodriguez.
You don't need to know anything about D&D, right?
No, I mean it helps.
It's just like an adventure.
Yeah,
Can you explain what it is? Because I've seen like the poster and that's it.
it's just Chris Pine. He's like in this group of adventurers, and they go to steal something, and they get caught, and they get put in a prison, whatever. And one of the guys escapes, and then they get out of prison, and they start to go find their old partner to get all their stuff back. And his kid is being taken care of by. And they go find him, and he's like super rich now, and does other things, and it's basically Chris Pine trying to get his kid back in a D&D world.
Oh.
And they chase after things, go to this. We need this thing to beat the guy, but we don't know where it is. We got to go here to figure out where it is, and we can go find it. And it's D&D adventure. It was all right.
Just fantasy.
Does it take place in the D&D world?
I mean, the D&D world is anything you want it to be, but it does take place in Faerun, if that's what you're asking.
Yeah, that's what he was at.
I mean, like, is this a situation like where people are playing the board game outside of this story, like a Jumanji situation?
It's not a board game, bro.
Whatever.
fuck's
Tabletop
sake, man.
game.
Okay.
Tabletop RPG.
There you go.
I mean, it could be. It's just an adventure, basically.
It's actually about the people. It's not like Jumanji, where they
Yes,
go into
yes,
Yes.
I didn't understand the question.
I think that's what he was saying.
Yeah, it's not like something where the story is actually about people that live in our present time and they play the tabletop RPG and get sucked into the world somehow. Like, it's all a story that could be happening as like a D&D campaign.
Yes.
Okay.
In the D&D extended universe.
So it's kind of like a period piece, sort of.
Yeah, I guess you can call it that.
I just call it fantasy adventure.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, it could easily be done without the D&D name and just be
Yeah, exactly.
a fantasy story.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
Yeah, it was all right.
Good, great. A lot of table setting there.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I get it. All right.
But yeah, if you like D&D, watch it. And if you have nothing else to do, watch it, I guess. I finished up the show Copycat Killer. It's a Korean show I was watching about a guy who goes around killing people.
Yeah, did you bring it up before?
Yeah, I finished it, though. The ending was pretty good. It was a lot different than what I expected.
Oh.
Okay.
Out of left
Good different
field.
or bad different?
Good. You kind of figure, like, the first couple episodes, you don't know who the killer is. And then about halfway, they show you who it is. And the guy who's investigating it kind of knows. And he's trying to figure out if he can actually prove it.
Okay.
Ooh.
And it gets really good. I recommend watching it if you kind of like crime drama stories. It's not True Detective level, but it's still good.
Okay. But it's not like a docu-series, right? It's just a fictional story.
Yeah. It's made
Gotcha.
up.
Right.
And the only thing else I did this week was watch speedruns of Shin Megami Tensei games, which are like 4 hours long each.
Dude, I did the exact same thing.
I know.
What the fuck's the Shimagawa Tensei?
It's a series
Oh.
of RPGs, turn-based RPGs.
Ow. How do you speedrun turn-based RPGs? That's gotta be annoying.
I'm sure it is.
Do they still count down the time if like the computer's doing moves? Or is it only like when you're playing it and doing inputs and stuff? Because sometimes they pause for like
understand the
cutscenes and stuff, right?
Oh, that all counts.
Okay.
It all counts. Okay.
If you can't skip it, yeah.
So if you can't skip it in a speed run,
You have to watch
it's a
it.
pause.
The only thing that doesn't count is load time, right?
Those usually count. That's why they all play on the same versions.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's such a complicated world. I'm not ready for it.
I know, right?
But if you got like 6 hours to spare, watch a speed run of an RPG. They're always good.
Oh yeah, I'm not doing anything. Fuck it.
Yeah, why not? I got 6 hours to just kill.
Oh, yeah? ZP, why don't you tell us how you killed your time then?
Oh,
Well, I will. Thank you for asking. Played more Infamous 2.
Oh, how far did you get?
Really got into it. I think I still need to... The Beast is here.
It's almost at the end.
Yeah, I think I need 2 more blast cores.
oh snap!
Pretty sure it's 2.
Which way did you go? Nyx or Quo?
I went with Quo because I wanted the ice jump.
Yeah, Ice Jump makes it so much better.
Because after a while, you just get annoyed of slamming the X button to climb things.
Yeah.
But I will say, I'm very surprised at how long it takes to get annoying. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of fun for a while.
Once you get the Ice Jump, it's...
And then right when it's starting to get annoying, you get the jump power, and then like, oh, this is way easier. And like the upgraded hover thing where it like pushes you up a little bit at first.
Oh, yeah.
It's a great game. It also runs really well on the PlayStation Now service.
That's good.
Oh yeah, that's right. You numbed it before though, huh?
I numbed it way back in the day, so I'm not getting any trophies at all for this. I'm just,
Oh,
I know,
He's
right?
grown up, man.
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, I just want to play it. Like, I don't
yeah,
need to have an incentive.
yeah.
Just play
Cool.
it, have fun. And if you get bored, stop playing it. And if you enjoy it, finish it.
Yeah.
Wow, that's.
I know these are very normal things for healthy people, but in my sick brain of, well, if it doesn't have trophies, I'm not going to play it. It's a big step.
Okay, yeah, cool. I'm proud of you.
Thanks. And then I also played a little bit, not too much, like barely any of Far Cry Blood Dragon. But man, that game rules.
That's the one, the neon 80s one, right? Yeah, okay.
I should.
Yeah, it
play
was like
that.
a DLC for Far Cry 3, I think.
Yeah, we covered it in this podcast. Go listen to the
Oh
episode.
yeah, it's a good episode.
If I remember, we gave it a very favorable score. We all liked it.
Probably.
Yeah, it was a good fucking story, dude. Loved it.
Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon, I gave 9, so I don't know what else you gave it.
Fucking a lot. I gave it 13.
13?
No, he didn't. He's just making that up because
I'm
he
just
doesn't know.
making it up. I'll watch it be a 13, dude. I went with my gut.
Dude, that's fucking sick. You're not far off. You gave it a 14. Still very impressive. I gave it a 17.
Ooh, that's a 4. That's higher than anything we did this year.
We weren't as jaded then, man.
No, the system's perfect. That's exactly what we would give it now.
It is. Yeah, apparently.
Well, this was September 10th, 2020, so we were still very much in a pandemic. when
Good
that came
times.
out.
I remember those times. I wasn't working. It was,
It was great. Gas was like $1 a gallon because nobody was going anywhere.
oh, it was so good. We need another pandemic.
I know. I could get so many video games done.
It's funny to me how, you know, a big work from home revolution happened, and then everyone kind of, well, a lot of people went back in like a hybrid thing.
Yeah.
But then all the people who were essential that had to go into work every day are like,
Like
can
us?
you fucks? Yeah, they're like, can you fuck stay home? Because it was so much easier getting around.
Dude, it was so awesome. I loved it. The roads were always empty when I went to work. Always.
That's so awesome.
What the hell was work, man? It was, forget about it.
And we also only worked 4 days a week. We worked 4/10 instead of 5/8.
Yeah, nobody was doing
so
shit.
much better. So much better.
All right.
I dream for those pandemic days.
And then we're talking about what I watched.
Oh, yeah.
We watched National Lampoon's European Vacation.
I don't remember the European one.
No, I remember Christmas because I've watched that like every year for 20 years around Christmas. But I didn't remember European Vacation at all.
Is that made in the 90s or am I confusing it with? I might be confusing it with like Road Trip, National Lampoon's something else, but
Now this is, I think, the 80s. They go to they go the Griswolds go on a game show and win like an all expenses paid trip, like a 2-week trip to Europe.
That sounds familiar. Yep.
Yeah, they go to like London, they go to Paris, they go to, I think, Rome. There's a couple spots.
Yeah, it's just
Berlin,
them having
the big
adventures
ones.
all around Europe.
Yeah, they get their car stolen, they get involved in a kidnapping plot somehow. It's very silly.
Yeah.
It's fun, but it's not as good as Christmas Vacation.
Right. Okay.
Then I watched the second season of Ash versus the Evil Dead.
Rewatch.
Yeah, rewatch.
Nice.
Saw it years ago, but now I'm watching it again with the wife. And
Years ago, isn't it only like 2 years old?
Yeah,
came out in 2015.
Really?
I think it ended in 2018.
time flies, dude.
Yeah.
Tell you what.
Man, go back to those pandemic days.
But it's a great show. If you like the Evil Dead series, which we've been talking about a lot lately, if you like the Evil Dead series and you like the silly versions with Ash, or even if you don't, if you just like the gore, like it's worth watching for sure.
Yeah. Cool.
I really enjoy it. And then I watched like 1 or 2 episodes of What We Do in the Shadows.
So good.
Shit.
So
That's
good.
like you just reminded me that thing existed.
I know, and it's just as good as you remember it. Go back, watch some episodes. It's so good.
All right.
It is.
And then the last show I watched is a new one that I'd heard about from a podcast. Have you guys heard of the show Royal Crackers?
Royal
No.
Crackers. Is it about ducks?
No,
That'd be
it's about
Quackers.
Oh yeah, yes.
it's a cartoon that's on HBO Max and it's basically about a family who the rich patriarch, they're kind of like he's about to die, he's on death's door, and they're all like angling to get his fortune and fame and his spot on top of the board of a cracker company called Royal Crackers.
Oh, sounds hilarious.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
I thought it was fine. I didn't think it was great. The one son in the family is in his early 40s, and he was in a
I can't relate.
well, he toured the country in a band called Taint, which was a new metal band that's like Limp Bizkit.
Nice.
So all his references are new metal from the early 2000s.
Oh, I'd get along with that guy.
It's pretty funny. His guitarist is like, he has like all this white makeup and the black eyes, like that guy from
Wes
Limp
Borland.
Bizkit. Yeah, like he said he looks exactly like him.
Yeah.
And I guess 2 of the band members have already passed away from, what do they call them?
Heart attacks?
It's autoerotic asphyxiation, but
Oh.
they call it like yank something. I don't know. It's not that great. It's a fine show. I hope it. There's a couple funny moments in it, but
All right. Ringing endorsement.
I think I'm gonna finish it because I watched half the episode, so maybe I'll finish it. They're like 20 minutes each, whatever. But I don't know, it could be better. But let's talk to you, Sir Chump Slap. What have you been playing, watching, doing? What's going on with you?
Well, playing not much. Oh, I did play a little more Ghost of Tsushima.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Did you beat it yet?
I think I might pick it up this week and just beat it. Just go through the story. I feel like I'm overpowered. There's barely anything to upgrade anymore. And I'm like half the map, maybe, if that. So
Interesting.
maybe I'll just finish it and just fucking go.
just fly through the story, finish it up.
Yeah. Because I'm like I'm bored with it, but I keep getting sidetracked with side missions. Why? You know,
Nice.
it's just a waste of time. Watched a few movies, though.
Anything good?
That's I watched 2 Martin Lawrence movies. Similar.
Oh, so we're good.
Blue Streak, which we talked about
We sure
a
did.
few weeks back. It was a game. And National Security, where
Okay.
he plays a guard who's trying to be a cop.
A security guard?
Yeah. Him and Steve Zahn, you know,
Oh, the tag team.
it's classic. And Blue Streak's Luke Wilson and fucking Martin Lawrence.
Steve's on rules. Man, I don't remember those at all.
I think I've seen Blue Streak.
You didn't watch God damn it, it's not Nothing But Trouble. But what was that movie he did with Tim Robbins?
Nothing But Trouble has John Cusack in it.
Oh, what do you do with Tim Robbins? I don't know.
The one where
He does. So
I remember this very specifically. Tim Robbins comes home, he sees his wife cheating, basically is
Oh
like
yeah, and he tries to carjack him or something?
Yeah, then Martin Lawrence is like a criminal. He tries to carjack him. He's like, "You want this wallet here?" And he just throws it out of the moving car.
Yeah.
He doesn't give
When
a
he just
shit
keeps
about
driving.
anything.
He like takes him hostage, right?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And then it turns out, spoiler for a movie we don't even remember the name of. It turns out that it wasn't his wife. It was his wife's sister and her husband boning down when they just got into town.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it
Oh,
wasn't
yeah.
his wife cheating with his boss.
Of
He
course,
thought it was
a
with his
happy
boss.
ending.
The only things I can remember Tim Robbins in right now are The Player, and that's about it because I can't think of the other one. I can remember. Hudsucker
Nothing to
Proxy.
lose. Oh, I mean, the Shawshank Redemption, guys. Come on.
Oh, well.
Well, yeah, obviously.
Those don't count, man.
Wasn't he in like
Doesn't
Jacob's Ladder?
Yeah, he was. He sure was. He's been in a billion things. Very, very prolific. Arlington Road, High Fidelity.
Nothing to Lose was the one you're talking about.
Yeah,
Yes.
There you go. Shit, now I'm
Yes.
going to have to watch that for next week.
Dude, Tim Robbins is like 2 feet taller than Martin Lawrence in the picture, at least.
Dude, Martin Lawrence, I think, is a short man. I'm not 100% sure about that, but he plays opposite Danny DeVito in a movie.
And Danny DeVito looks down on him.
Yeah, I'm just saying, they don't look that much different tonight.
Speaking of Danny DeVito, did you guys see that they're making a new Haunted Mansion movie and Danny DeVito's in it?
No.
It's like it's being done by Disney, and I think it's more like geared towards kids, but it looks pretty fun.
I might watch it just because Danny DeVito's in it, but I don't know. Wasn't he in Dumbo, too?
Yeah,
Fair
he was
point.
the ringleader, I think.
Yeah,
Fair point, sir.
never saw that. But anyway, yeah, Martin Lawrence, fucking great.
Genius.
Good shit, man. Comedy genius. Way ahead of his time. That's why it's so good right now.
So Tim Robbins, by the way, is 6'5",
Okay.
and Martin Lawrence is 5'7".
See, I knew he was short.
I don't think 5'7" is short.
It is kind of short.
I don't
It's
think
shorter
it's short.
than me is short.
Yeah, shorter than him is short. I'm the perfect height at 6'2", but, whatever.
I think 5'7" is the perfect height.
I wonder why that is.
There's no airplane seats that are uncomfortable. You got
Nothing's uncomfortable for me, man.
Nothing's uncomfortable for you? Is
No,
that what it
nothing.
is?
Except the hat that fits his head.
Oh, I didn't say nothing's impossible. But yeah, I don't know. Watch those movies. Watch anything with Martin Lawrence in it. And then I watched Howard the Duck.
Another Tim Robbins flick.
Oh yeah, good call. I did. It feels. Was it supposed to be a parody at the time, or does it feel like it's a bad parody now because of what it was?
It's probably not aged well.
No, there's some
Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot.
shit in there, but it felt like if someone tried to make a shitty 80s movie now, that's exactly what they do. Is Howard the Duck.
I mean, I remember seeing it as a kid, like a little kid,
Yeah, same.
and being like, this is great, because, I was a fucking child.
Yeah.
But I've always wanted to revisit it, and I just never did. It's got to be bad, right?
It's terrible. It's not worth watching. But if you do, just think, was it a parody? It feels like a joke, but I know they put a lot of money in it. It was supposed to be a serious movie.
The early days of the MCU.
Yeah, seriously. Is it the first one? Probably.
Nah, it was probably like 70s movies.
Yeah, maybe, but But yeah, I don't know. Don't bother with that. Go watch a Martin Lawrence movie and leave Howard the Duck alone. Even though they're probably going to make a new Howard the Duck movie.
Didn't they tease him in one of the...
Yeah.
Guardians 1. He was also in Guardians of the Galaxy 3, but
Oh, shit. Weird how that would come up.
I think he was playing poker.
Did he look like a normal
Just
person?
like a fun cameo, not a...
Yeah, just a fun cameo.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah, that's all I did. I just watched that shit.
All right, well then, if that's all we watch, let's go ahead and move into the Plotty Time vibe check.
Ooh, what's in the news, or what's a rumor, or what's happening with crypto? I don't know.
It's just a vibe, man.
It's some type of vibe.
There we go.
Terrible. Cut that out.
Wait, I think I have another. Hold on. What do I got?
Oh,
That's fun, right?
Yeah, that's Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
And there's also this. This is my favorite, I think. Yep.
It'll never not be funny.
It's classic. He's
All
gonna,
right.
he's gonna record his own farts this week.
Those are.
No, especially not the reverb for it. I've heard that on YouTube quite a bit. That's this
Nice.
one.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do it again.
Thank you.
great.
Thank you.
So, did you guys see the May PlayStation Plus update that's coming out?
No.
No.
Starting on May 16th, which is obviously already in play. You can go get them right now. Ratchet and Clank, Rift Apart, Dishonored, and a whole bunch of other games are coming.
Oh,
including
snap.
Watch Dogs Legion, Tomb Raider Definitive Edition, Rise of the Tomb Raider, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, The Evil Within 2, Soundfall,
Okay.
Bus Simulator 21. That's a good one.
Are these all the extended service you pay for, the PS Now crap?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
They're the ones that you can play for streaming.
That's worth it. Fuck it.
And then if you're a premium member, you can get Ghostbusters, the video game remastered, which is the PS3 one they redid.
I think I bought it for $9.
I played it. I don't think you guys did, but I played it when the remaster came out, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really good.
Yeah, I could play that again. Fuck it. And I can finally play Rift Apart, even though I don't really care.
That's only PS5, I guess.
Yeah, man. Good shit.
But I like to see that their service that they have now that they've already have people paying for it, they're still delivering some good stuff there.
Yeah. I mean, thank God.
Now,
Didn't they just get rid of a bunch of shit, though?
they got rid of the when the PlayStation 5 first came out, they had a PlayStation Plus Classics package you could download. And they gave you like 20 free games with it.
Yeah. All right.
Like God of War, there's a whole bunch of them.
Yeah, you could have still put them in there. They're still in my library now, but you just can't play them.
Yeah, exactly. I have them all in my library, but half of them I already bought and played.
Yeah, seriously.
There's also some really fun news coming out of Activision again that doesn't involve the merger.
Oh, yeah?
Does it involve
Sexual abuse?
Call of Duty?
No, it's just well, I do have news about that, but
Which one?
I was going to talk about how they're hyped about AI and how it could be used in something like a new Guitar Hero.
Neat.
To do what?
To write songs for it? That's nobody wants to play
To
AI.
procedurally generate button presses? I mean, they do that already. Explain this to us, Poppascotch.
That's all he knows.
I wasn't reading the article right. Look, deflect. Okay, I bought myself some time here. There we go. I think the way he's talking about it is like an optimization and like automation aspect. Like instead of having someone program every note into something like a new song, it just can automatically use AI to plot it out.
Can't you do that without AI?
Yeah, it's called
Like right now?
Isn't it called a computer program?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Well, yes, it's just one is that he's thinking that AI will be a heck of a lot faster of doing it. Like,
Okay.
and really, because he's a business guy, he's thinking, oh, I don't have to hire anyone. I need to do this.
Yeah, I hear him. I hear you, Kotek.
I think it's an interesting discussion to have about like AI and the speed of processing and the role it may play in video game development, just making things happen faster.
Yeah, but does it need to be faster for something like Guitar Hero?
Hey, man.
No. I mean, sorry. Like when you're building a game, like instead of making all the environmental aspects, you can put in like a feeling or a vibe and it'll just create and spit out an environment. And they'll do like the legwork for you and then you can just fine tune as you want.
Yeah, I guess. Whatever. Who cares? AI is going to take over the world soon. Right? Right, guys?
At least video game development. That's my theory that it's just going to, but then it's going to come down to, instead of being like, well, if I have these 50 developers and they're all using this, we'll get the game done in like 6 months. But it's going to turn into, well, it's a fine if it takes a year and we only use 10 people.
Yeah.
It's a productivity thing that
Yeah.
will just hurt people who want to make video games.
Yep. That's the future.
But also with Activision, did you hear that they're actually doing another Call of Duty this year and it's going to probably be Modern Warfare 3?
Oh, you're going to play it?
I might.
I might. I don't know.
If they lied to us and said there wasn't going to be one this year.
Yeah, they lied and said there wasn't going to be one. And I guess the rumor is that they have been developing like basically a DLC for Modern Warfare 2. Some kind of large expansion and just, not calling it a numbered entry.
Yeah.
But I guess it's getting so big that they're just going to make it Modern Warfare 3.
So they weren't going to release a game, but they were going to release it, but it wasn't going to be called a game, but now they're calling it a game.
Yes.
Right. My theory was always that they weren't going to release a main series. They were just going to keep supporting Modern Warfare 2 for all the multiplayer stuff, Warzone, and then do a zombies game. That's what I wanted to see happen. That was just zombies.
Yeah, you wouldn't shut up about it.
I know. I wouldn't. I did minisodes about it.
I remember, yeah.
Apparently, this new version will have a zombies mode, so look out for that.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, but how much? Whatever.
Dude,
I don't even want to get into it.
it's fun.
Yeah, I'm excited for new zombies, but that's really it. Like multiplayer, I don't play. Campaigns, I probably will play because I like shooting stuff. But hey, if I'm going back and replaying games I've played before or other stuff from previous generations, maybe I don't have to play Call of Duty every year.
No, because it's going to be exactly the same.
Right. So why can't I just play through Call of Duty 4 again? Why do I need to buy a brand new one when I can just play through a game I already own?
Yeah, if you ain't playing multiplayer, why even bother?
Yeah. I mean, I'm still going to buy this for zombies, but maybe after that.
Yeah, maybe next year we won't be. Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah. Maybe someday I'll break these bad. Hey, I'm already playing games just for fun now. Look how far I am, guys.
Absolutely amazing.
Right? Like, who knows? The future's so bright.
It's either blight, bright or bleak.
I wonder when he's going to start Elden Ring.
Yeah.
It's all money in the bank.
I told you he had those things written there.
It's not
Still
even
do
good.
have Elden Ring I haven't played yet.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm coming around the soundboard, guys. I think this was a great idea you guys came up with.
Yeah, I think so.
We knew it. It's the most accurate podcast ever, man.
Killing it.
Thanks. So that is all I got for the Plotty Time vibe check. So how about we get into the game here? How about it, guys?
Let's
Go
do it.
for
Let's
it.
get it. Get at it.
Right, fantastic. So this week, as you can tell by the episode description, we are playing a little PS3 gem / Xbox 360 gem called The Saboteur.
Saboteur.
A game that made me realize I have a hard time spelling the word saboteur.
Yeah, thank God.
Thank God it's only in the title.
It was released December 3rd, 2009, which is extremely close, if not the same date as another game we recently did. So this movie and this song are going to sound familiar.
Oh, interesting.
But I think Bentley's back from his trip, so we can get him in here if you guys want to hear the song, if you guys are ready.
Yeah.
Sure.
Hey, guys, how's it going?
What's up, Bentley?
I want to hear Bentley through a voice modulator.
Oh, you do? Let me see if I have these. He's got these buttons that glow. Let's try it. Hey, guys. Bentley. Guys,
Amazing.
that's pretty sick. Look at that.
Hey, motherfucker!
Oh, that makes Bentley sound weird.
Wow, this is weird. All right, well, let's go ahead and sing this song. Well, in New York, concrete jungle where dreams are made of, there's nothing you can't do. Now you're in New York. These streets make you feel brand new. Big lights inspire you. Let's hear it for New York.
I don't know who it is.
Bruno Mars?
What? I did.
Bruno Mars?
Scotch went somewhere. I don't know where you went. I thought, thought I'd be talking a lot more.
Was it Bruno Mars? Yes or
Oh,
no,
here he is. Hold
Bentley?
on.
Answer the fucking
Hey guys,
question.
sorry. What was the question? What happened?
My guess was Bruno Mars.
No, it's not Bruno Mars.
I can't.
Is it New York?
No, the song's not called New York.
New York State of Mind.
You're very close. It's called Empire State of Mind
That's it, yes.
by Jay-Z featuring Alicia Keys.
Right.
I remember that.
#1 movie in the country. Do you guys have any idea? On December 3rd, 2009.
Probably. If you give me
This
a
is
tagline.
one we've mentioned very recently.
It doesn't help, man.
That probably doesn't. But when I read you I pulled the information I had from the first time we did it, and it was before I did the tagline, the synopsis, so I just have clues. Here we go. The White Savior film was an Oscar-winning turn for lead actress Sandra Bullock, where she plays an Ole Miss graduate for the second time in her career.
Oh. That one where she...
Blindside?
Yeah.
That's correct. You did The Blind Side. That's the answer. I got to use the correct Bing. See?
Oh, is that what that is?
That sounds like
It's
a
more
hotel
of a,
room.
yeah, it's more like that. Like, hey, where's this fucking guy who's supposed to be standing right
Yeah.
here?
I mean, I can just make everything air horns if you guys want me to.
No, that's all right.
Like this.
Yeah, that's a better
Sick.
correct sound.
Something like that.
This day in history, December 3rd, 1910, was the first public display of neon lights.
Ooh.
Ooh, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, and Las Vegas said, give me every single fucking one you got. That wasn't part of the trivia. I'm just,
Yeah. It's clever.
riffing here.
Yeah.
It's just the zeitgeist comment of the week.
Yeah.
The people thought it was funny, see? See? They loved it.
They sure did.
Gave
It
him
was
too much
released
power.
for PS3 and Xbox 360, developed by Pandemic Studios and
Ooh.
published by EA. It is an open-world action-adventure single-player blow-up sim, and Dr. Syintist picked it this week. So how about you lead us into it, Dr. Syintist? Tell us what it's all about.
Is that a technical name? Blow up sim?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, was it? Interesting.
Well, the game opens up with a dude in a bar in Paris. His name is Sean Devlin. He's your main protagonist through the story, the one you play as.
Sure.
And he's drinking some adult beverages, and an annoying guy sits next to him, and he's like, "Hey, man, I heard you hate Nazis." And he's like, "Yeah, so whatever." And then he eventually ends up calling you a coward, and he's like, "Hey, man, join the resistance and fight these guys. But first, prove it to me."
Yeah, everyone's doing it, dude.
Yeah. So he gives you basically, I guess, a mission to induct you into the resistance, and it's just to blow up a fucking ammo depot. Or it's petrol depot, sorry.
Yes.
So you beat up some Nazis, you parkour up some buildings, and you blow up this thing. I wrote down one of the quotes in here because it made me laugh. He's like, "Make a little explosion because Nazis are trained to investigate explosions."
Awesome.
Wow. That's some good training.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Awesome.
But anyway, you blow up this depot, and you just go back to the bar, and you find out the guy's name is Luke, and he's the head of the resistance. He's like, "Man, it's good to have you aboard." And then, boom, it cuts to a black screen, says 3 months earlier.
Did you mention what your name is?
Sean Devlin, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. I wasn't paying attention. I was playing with the soundboard.
Yeah, you
I
were.
know.
Sack move. It wasn't me. It was the soundboard.
I know. It makes it funnier.
It's great.
Somehow it's funnier.
Yeah. All right.
Anyway, it cuts to 3 months earlier, and you basically find out that you're a professional driver. And your friend Vittore, who's kind of like your mentor, I guess. Whatever.
Yeah.
He has a car, and he puts you in this race, and you're gonna go racing it. Make a big name for yourself.
Going to Germany.
So you and Vittore and your friend Jules, I can't remember his last name, and his sister Veronique
Yeah.
all head out to Germany to bring this car and enter this race. You eventually get to the place where the race is, and you go into a bar, and some dickhead walks in, and he's like a famous race car driver named Dierker. A bunch of stupid things happen, blah, blah, blah.
Sure.
There's a bar brawl, whatever. You run outside, and Sean runs into an old flame of his named Skylar.
Fuck buddy.
Yeah, basically, that's what they make it sound like.
Yeah.
She's like, "You got to get out of the cops' way. Follow me." So you run away. Then there's some hanky-panky with Skylar, and then it goes to the next day. And you start the race, and during the race, Dierker, the dickhead German guy, shoots your tire to win.
Mm-hmm.
Which
He's
is
not a cool dude.
No.
The superiority of the German race is trying what he's proved here, but he cheats to win, which I don't get. Anyway, Vittori, like afterwards, you're like, "I'm going to go fuck him up." And Vittori's like, "No, man, you can't do it. I'm not letting you at him." And then you're like, "All right, I'm just going to fuck up his car because they're going to show it off tomorrow and it won't be anywhere."
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You're driving off a cliff, bro.
And Skylar warns you, he's like, "Don't fuck with Dierker. He's going to be mad and you can't get caught and whatever." So Jules is like, "I'll go with you." So you and Jules go and break into this compound that Dierker's at, which I believe is called Doppelsig. Yeah, whatever.
Sure is.
Is
Something like that. No, I don't know.
I think it is. But you break in, you find his car. I guess you hotwire it. I don't know. I don't know how cars in the 40s work.
I think they just had buttons you push.
Maybe.
I think he just yelled at him, and they started.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds about right.
And you steal his car and you drive it off a cliff.
Oh, sick.
But you get caught by some soldiers and get knocked out. This is the first knockout scene. So you wake up to your buddy Jules getting tortured by Dierker.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, "Hey, man, tell me who you're working for in British Intel." And he's like, "I don't know what you're talking about, man." And then he comes over and asks you. And he's like, "Whatever." And he's like, "Well, if you're not going to talk, I'm going to shoot Jules." And he shoots Jules right in the head. Boom.
Oh,
Right there, right in front of you.
And you like break your chains and attack Dierker, and you kill a bunch of Nazis, and you eventually escape. But you get to outside the thing, and you find the Gestapo's attacking your friends. And you're all like, hey, we got to get out of here. Let's escape to Paris.
Okay.
It'll be safe there, guys.
Yeah. There's no way the Germans are going to take Paris in a couple of years.
Not at all.
But you eventually escape to Paris, and you tell Jules' parents that Jules is dead, and you're like, I'm going to get revenge. And then it kind of cuts to black. And, of course, as anybody knows, the Germans take Paris.
Yeah, they sure do.
Yeah.
It's wild, man.
When was that? Like, when you went to Germany to do the race, right? It was like 3 months ago.
Yeah. There were plenty of Nazis around.
So were Nazis already, I think they were already invading Poland at this point and Norway?
I assume so. It was 1940.
Yeah, I don't know why you're all okay with doing a race.
I assume it was around 3 months before they invaded France, which wouldn't be.
Paris fell to the Nazis on June 14th, 1940, so it would have been March-ish.
Yeah, March-ish, but anywhere between March and June. But I guess you're safe in Paris. So that's the origin story behind our protagonist, Sean Devlin. Mm-hmm. He vows revenge against the Germans for shooting his friend.
Okay.
So then it cuts back to the future, and it cuts to you and Luke's like, hey, man, you're great. Thanks for blowing up Nazi shit. And Veronique's there, and she's like, hey, you're just going to piss Nazis off, and they're going to be coming for you. And you talk to Vittori again. And, oh, no, the Nazis took Vittori.
Yeah, because of the fuel depot exploded.
The fuel depot exploded. So like, we got to cut down this resistance. And for some reason, they took Vittori.
Well, he's probably the biggest threat.
Yeah. So you got to save him. And there's a mechanic here where you steal uniforms and people don't know you're a Nazi. Mm-hmm. And you sneak into the compound. You eventually see Vittori there, save him. And Luke gets shot. And he's like, well, the bombers are coming. Let's go. So you escape with Luke and Vittori. And they take you to the resistance headquarters. Blah, blah, blah. And you have to do some stealing and trading for antibiotics and stuff to save Luke.
That's where you meet Santos.
Yeah, Santos. Yeah, you meet Santos. He was like a black market dealer.
Yeah.
He always has you run jobs for him to get things you need.
Yeah, trade contraband for...
Yeah, contraband for antibiotics or fake papers, whatnot.
Now, I don't know if you know this, Dr. Syintist. Have any of us played this? I have not played it.
No, have not.
Is Santos also just like another vendor in the game, or is he just like a mission giver? I think he's just a vendor too. Well, he's both. I think.
Well, he gives you missions because you have to do missions to get the shit that he's selling. So.
Okay. Yeah, because he's like, you do this for me, I'll give you what you need.
Yeah, he's both.
And so you go back to the resistance, and they're like, hey, man, you need to prove yourself. Go break out some foreign legion soldiers that are in the thing. We'll get more allies if you do this. So that's what you do. Break into this German thing. Break out a guy named Le Crochet and all his friends.
The Crochet.
So yeah, you're looking better and better. You're making allies to try to join the resistance.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And then this scene happens where Skylar shows up and is like, hey, man, let's have a drink. And you're like, all right, I'm going to get laid. But nope, she drugs you.
Oh, no. She dropped a Mickey in his drink.
Yep. And you wake up and there's a dude in front of you who's extremely British. And he's like, his name is Bishop.
Of course it is.
And he's like, I want to recruit you for something. Do a favor for me. I don't know why. Like, why would you try and recruit him without knowing whatever?
Yeah, just some random guy. It's like, hey, just get this thing for me.
Yeah, I think it's also weird that you had like a double cross that wasn't really a double cross. It was more like we're going to knock you out so you can come meet my boss.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so you don't know the way.
Yeah, but I mean, it's still kind of unnecessary.
Yeah.
It's, I don't know, it makes you think that she's going to be extremely evil, but she's on the Britain side, which are the good guys. So, he explains that if you do a favor for him, he'll wipe your record, which they don't really explain too much of how you have a record and you're not allowed back in Ireland.
Yeah, they don't go into that, really, do they? Maybe in like other side missions, but
he's like, I'll clear your record and I'll tell you where Dierker is if you go steal a box from a graveyard full of Nazis. You're like, all right, I guess I'll do it.
I was going to do that anyway.
Yeah, really. So Sean gets an outfit. He goes and sneaks into this mausoleum full of Nazis, and he finds the box that Dierker wants, and curiosity gets the best of him, and he opens it.
Oh, it's Marcellus Wallace's soul,
yeah,
isn't it?
It's exactly what it is.
Oh, they just said in his backstory that he was wanted by the Irish government for a number of crimes.
Yeah, I didn't think they...
Yeah, they don't tell you what.
I think he was like a gangster back home before any of this happened.
I thought he was a race car driver, but yeah. Maybe it's a moonshiner.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Did they need to moonshine in
I
Ireland?
don't know. I don't know shit about
Hey,
Ireland.
I mean, it was over in the U.S. by the 40s.
Yeah, you're right.
That's a good point. Yeah.
But he did something bad.
Yeah.
But anyway, he opens it up, and it is just a glowing thing, and they don't show you what it is.
No.
And Skylar shows up, who's apparently been following you this whole time, and was like, well, she was going to pick you up outside. She's like, it's smart if you just forget what you saw. And
Yeah,
he's like, all right, let's carry this big box out of here. And you give it to Bishop, and he's like, did you look? And you're like, no, there's no way I would have looked.
He's just like you said, it's none of my business.
Yep. And then he's like, hey, Dierker's in town. You can go get him, which is a really shitty way of coming through on your promise here.
Yeah, he's over here before he flies away. Go get him.
Yeah, I hated that. It was like, oh, I know I said I would give you Dierker, but he's actually less than a mile from here. Go get him, buddy.
Yeah, it's not even like Bishop is a dick.
Mm-hmm.
You know what he gets? He gets a...
Yeah, fuck that guy.
And while we're at it...
So you're like, all right, I'll drive a mile away and break into this Nazi hideout to find Dierker. And you do. And Dierker kind of like, there's shots fired, and you end up on a Zeppelin, and you fight with Dierker. And Dierker jumps off with a parachute, and then the Zeppelin starts going down on fire. And it kind of just cuts to a scene where you're coming out of water.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, I crashed in the water, and Sean survived. They never really explained how that happened.
No, it's pretty lucky. It's like he came to on the shore almost.
Yeah. I even there must have been something cut out from the video, so I checked other videos to see, and it's like right at the end, it just cuts right to this scene. So I guess that's not a great way to have your story go, but it's never explained how he does it. But you live, so And then there's a scene where Vittori's like scolding you. He's like, "You can't go for revenge. It's not what you're doing." And I wish I would have wrote what he says, because all I wrote was, "You're a dick about it." So I guess it's just like, I'm gonna go revenge all I want. I don't want to help people.
I don't get this part, because it was like he had the choice of, and Luke was like, this resistance is bigger than your bullshit.
Yeah. And he's like, no, my bullshit's bigger.
Yeah.
It's like, if we don't pull this off, a lot of resistance members are going to die, and the Nazis are going to like really secure their foothold in Paris. And then he's like, sorry, I got to go take care of my bullshit.
Yeah, he's like, that's not why I'm here.
Yeah. And yeah, he comes into Luke and Veronique drinking. He's like, hey, there's cells who want to join, and we're going to send you to see if they'll join. So you just ask him and convince him to join us. Which,
the guy who's not really all into the whole thing.
Yeah,
It's like, go ask other people to join.
Didn't really make much sense to me either.
Yeah.
I was like, why are you sending this guy who nobody's going to know?
Go send an Irishman on behalf of France.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever.
So you go, and they're like, hey, Santos, you go to Santos to try and get papers to go through some checkpoints. And he's like, hey, blow up a German convoy for me. And you're like, all right. So you blow it up, and he gives you the things. So then you get to this cell, and I believe you meet Margot here. Yeah, Margot. And she's like, hey, all you got to do is prove to us that you are on our side, and we'll join your fight in the revolution here. Well, resistance is more. Resistance.
Yeah.
It's like, go save our guys from the Nazi camp, which you're like, all right, that's what I'll do.
Fine.
So you go and save Bryman here, who's a member of her gang. And she's like, all right, we'll help you in the resistance. So you go back to Luke and all kinds of other stuff, blah, 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 blah. He's like, oh, well, we got to do some more stuff against the Nazis. Let's blow up a siege gun. Why not?
Yeah, sabotage a Nazi cannon. That's what I've written.
That's what you do. So you climb up on top of a building and you sabotage a Nazi like anti-aircraft gun.
Oh yeah, it's like an asinely large cannon on top of like a
corner
tower
store
of some sort.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you do that. And then you get to Bishop and he's like, hey, do you know why Jules was killed? And you're like, well, because we drove a dude's car off a cliff. And he's like, no. They were killed because they thought you and Jules saw too much. And he kind of explains here that the place you broke into and drove the car off a cliff was actually a German atomic fission research lab.
Of course it was.
Yeah, which is amazing that you could just jump a fence and go steal a car from.
Yeah, because if you were spying, you would definitely drive a car off a cliff.
Yeah.
To draw attention to yourself.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting. Like they never put it together that, oh, this is just some asshole in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah, he didn't know the guy he shot's fucking wheel.
Yeah, and whatever.
Yeah.
Well, they still broke into a government military research place, but
still,
But like, Sean Devlin probably has this whole history of racing.
yeah.
And I could see where like Durker and the Germans would be like, oh, you're a spy because we heard of English spies around here and you were on the grounds of our super secret project that we know you know about and they're spying on.
Yeah.
But in reality, you just get dragged into this because you were in the wrong fucking place and you decide to trash this car.
Yeah.
yeah, because you wanted to have a little drunk pal around with your buddy.
Because you wanted to have a little comedy and drive some guy's car off a cliff.
I like it. I kind of like how that develops.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I do. I like how it's like,
Just wrong place, wrong time.
yeah, just wrong place, wrong time. You killed his buddy trying to get information. Eventually, I'm sure Durker was like, fuck this guy. I don't think this guy knows anything.
Yeah.
It's like, well, I'm a Nazi. I got to keep being evil. You know, that's what we do. And then Devlin's basically like, oh, you just fucked with the wrong dude. And then makes it his life goal to destroy every Nazi, including Durker in Paris.
Yeah.
I like
the way
I
you
like
put
how
it,
we
it
got
made
there.
it much better than in my head.
Right.
Well, it doesn't have to always be like you're the one-man army hero guy. This
Yeah.
was just a guy that's like, I know explosives and I hate Nazis. Let's do this.
Yeah.
So they also explained to you that a German scientist is defecting to their cause, and he's going to be on a train. So we're going to board the train, blow up the train, but save the guy from it and make them think he's dead.
Perfect. Makes total sense,
Yep.
man.
So that's what you do. You jump on this train, and you eventually fight your way through the train, killing a bunch of Nazis, and you get to Dr. Kessler, and he's like, are you Dr. Kessler? He's like, are you the guy from trying to get me? He's like, yeah. And he's like, ha, I knew it was you. And he gets up to shoot you, and there's a fight. You end up killing him. And then you find the real Dr. Kessel tied up in a closet.
Fucking Nazi trickery, dude.
Yeah, the Nazis almost
Knew it.
had you. And you're like, come on, we got to save you. Put your papers on that guy so they think that you're the dead guy, and we'll jump off this train. So you jump off the train. You're like, all right, we got to hide Kessler, and we'll take him to Luke, and he'll figure out whatever. But then as you're driving there, Dr. Kessler's like, I'm not going to do anything for you guys until you save my daughter, who's held by the Germans. They're forcing me to work so I can get my daughter back. So you got to save her.
Okay.
Yep. And they try to say no. They're like, nah, fuck you. And he's like, well, I'll just kill myself then.
Yeah, he's like, I can just leave.
Yeah.
And then there's some talk of Skylar and Luke here of joining up between Britain and the French resistance and trying to stop the Nazi advance, blah, blah, blah. Historical stuff.
Makes sense.
And once again, you do some bullshit for Santos. And you have to earn trust of the next group, which is Duval Mingo, who's the Southern Rebel leader of Paris.
So when they want to have like a 3-group leader meetup.
Yeah.
And Luke. And Sean.
Yeah. Some guy who really doesn't care and the 3 leaders.
Yeah. Makes sense, dude.
And they're all meeting out in the public
Yeah.
at night
Yeah, just in
an
a
occupied
middle-
state. What?
No, just like in the middle of a courtyard under a huge public statue.
Yeah. In the
totally
middle
makes
of an
sense.
occupied city. Mm-hmm. So guess what happens?
Did the Germans find out?
Yes, the Germans ambush.
Oh, not the Z's.
You nailed it.
And blah, blah, blah. Eventually, everybody escapes, and they go and they all have a meeting. And they tell you that they hatched this great plan, and there's a great Nazi Grand Prix that's going to happen, and you're going to race in it.
Makes sense. I could pretend I'm a German.
Yeah. They're like, hey, I know you don't really want to do it, but guess who else is going to be in the race?
Not the Nazi race car driver.
Yeah, the Nazi race car driver. Oh
God.
The guy he's been looking to get back at the entire fucking game?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
amazing.
no. Not only can I beat him at a race, but I can get back at him too.
Sweet.
And he's like, go see Vittore. He has some stuff. And he's like, well, guess where our car is?
Oh my God, it's here in Germany?
Yeah.
Or no, Paris.
A man named Eckhart has it, who's kind of like the German leader. I guess he's above Dierker. And he's like, let's go steal it and get it back. You're like, all right, so you steal it. Do some stupid mission, killing Nazis, whatever.
Sure.
And they're like, I know how we can hide this car from everybody. Let's paint it red.
Oh, sick.
So you do.
I love that. Like, we have this famous car that everybody in the racing circuit knows about. It actually has its own name.
The
Yeah,
Aurora.
I forget what they call
Aurora.
it. The Aurora. And they're like, all right, well, we can't use the Aurora. Everyone's going to know it's the Aurora. They're like, I have an idea. Let's make it red.
Yep. Nobody will know.
Sick. Stupid Z's.
Stupid Z's.
I got tired of writing Nazi out, so I just called them Z's from here on out.
So then you also, while you're waiting for the race, you're like, all right, let's go save Kessler's daughter. We know where she is. We're going to do it. So you break into another Nazi compound, save Kessler's daughter, Maria, and save some resistance members, and you blow up some bullshit. And you reunite the Kesslers. And then all of a sudden, the Nazis attack the resistance headquarters.
Oh, shit.
And of course, they followed you. They couldn't have, blah, blah, blah. You fight off some Nazis. Some explosions happen. And eventually, Luke and Veronique are there. And like, we'll hold them off. You guys escape. So everybody else kind of escapes through the back while Luke and Veronique are holding off the things. Blah, blah, blah. I believe Luke gets stuck under some rubble here or some bullshit, whatever.
I think that's after they go to the catacomb base first.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
But anyway, you go there and you find Luke, and he's like, guess what? They captured Veronique, but I got away.
Yeah.
And Sean's like, well, we got to save her. And he's like, no, we can't. We have to let her go, and we have to stop the Nazis with our plan.
This is more about the resistance.
Yeah, and Sean's like, no, screw your plan. I'm going to save my friend.
Again, for the second time, like, I'm dealing with my bullshit, not your silly little resistance.
How many times does he have to say it?
Yeah, he's very consistent as a character. I'll say that.
Yeah.
It's... I don't know why they would still go through the whole plan, because they're like, just invade your place. Like, they got to know the plan, right? Or they just
You'd
know.
think.
Yeah, I would think so, but they don't seem to think so. So
well, they just
whatever.
thought he was followed there, so they don't think there's a mole yet.
Then you meet up with your old buddy Bryman, and he's like, hey, we'll set up some wiretaps. Here's some Nazi shit. Blah, blah, blah. But eventually he tells you that they find out where Veronique is, and they find out that there's a turncoat. And
interesting.
We call them rats.
Yeah.
Where I'm from.
There's some elaborate plan to like take over Zeppelins and stuff and save Veronique. I didn't even write down what it was. It was a dumb plan.
Yeah, it was. He's like, really? You're going to make me go in there in a Zeppelin? But it works.
Yeah, so it does. I'll give him that. And some zip lines, I believe, are involved.
Yeah.
And whatever. But eventually they break into the prison and save Veronique.
She was about to be executed, actually.
Yeah, I believe a guy was executed right next to her before they saved her.
Yep.
And then eventually save her, go back to the headquarters, and Luke's like, oh, man, it's good to see you.
Yeah, she's all cool with it. She's like, I know, Luke's all about this resistance, so
yeah.
Can't blame
like,
me.
whatever. And he's like, hey, Luke, there's a turncoat in their ranks. And he's like, hey, man, nothing we can do. We got to go through with the plan. Which I even wrote seems pretty dumb, but... And then there's like, let's load the car with explosives, and we're going to blow it up. And that's going to be the symbol for the rebels to attack. So you got to go in this race, win. And he's like, I ain't racing. Fuck that. So then eventually they're like, well, Vittori's going to race instead.
Yup.
Someone's got to race, guys. Mm-hmm. If you're not going to do it, Sean, then it's got to be Vittori.
Yeah. So right before the race starts, Sean and Vittori are talking. And Sean's basically like, nope, I'm driving. And he KOs Vittori and he takes over the car.
KO!
And I even wrote here, isn't Dierker going to know who this guy is?
That's what I thought, too. He's trying to pose as a German.
Yeah, first he shot your tire out in another race. And then you attacked him in the Zeppelin.
I swear, I think Dierker's like face blind.
Maybe.
It's the only thing that makes sense.
Yeah, right?
So then there's this bullshit with the race. And during the race, Bryman gets attacked and he's like, oh, whatever, blah, blah, blah. You win the race, and you drive the car right at the guys, and you blow up the car under the Eiffel Tower, but you jump out just in time.
Yeah, you think you're going to kill Dierker with that, right?
Yeah, but it doesn't do it.
No.
And then you find out that Santos was one betraying you all along.
Really?
He ends up like, guys, just give up. I honestly didn't expect
I'll get better at the cues, guys. I'll get better at the cues.
No, I thought it would be somebody else.
Yeah.
But it makes sense. Santos was a prick to begin with the whole time.
Well, he was kind of just a black arms dealer. But.
Well, he also said several times during the game, like, he also sent you on a mission to blow up Nazi cigarettes so he could sell cigarettes to the Nazis.
I guess maybe they just paid him better.
Yeah.
Maybe something like that. Doesn't matter. But anyway, Santos is the traitor. And there's the attack on the resistance. And this is where Luke gets captured under the passageway and all the rebels on top of him.
Yeah. I think, didn't you miss Vittori getting killed?
Oh, I just put he was hurt.
I think he dies.
Whatever.
Yeah.
He does die. Yeah.
And the Kesslers get
and
taken
they steal
too.
Kessler's back, yeah.
Yeah, because I skipped a line of my thing, because it was even that line where after he blew up under the Eiffel Tower, he saw a guy recording it and said, put that in your fucking movie.
Oh, yeah, that was good.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, Vittori does get hurt. The Kesslers get taken, and that's when you find out Santos is the traitor.
Yeah.
And the passage collapses on Luke, and Veronique gives him a tearful goodbye, and he's like, nope, just save France. And shoot me in the face.
Yeah, that's great. He's like, no, I will crush under pressure.
Yeah.
It's like, I will fucking spill all the guts.
You saw what Dierker did, man. Just kill me because I'm gonna.
There's no more plans, though.
I know.
Like, what's he going to say?
I guess he could give people up.
I guess, but yeah.
But
Oh, but that's such a good point. Like, the plan's happening.
Yeah.
Like,
And he's stuck under rubble right now.
yeah.
I mean, he could give up names, I guess, but
And Sean's like, no, man, I can't shoot you in the face. And Veronique just fires the gun right in fucking Luke's face.
I wonder if some of that was like, that's for not coming to get me.
Well, she said, I can't be compassionate. Nazis aren't.
Yeah.
still, I mean, now as we're talking through it, like, I feel like they didn't have to kill him. Like, they've easily blown in and rescued so many people.
Yeah.
But Luke is unfortunately like, well, I'm
Plus,
gonna
he's
talk.
stuck in the fucking catacombs.
Yeah. Underneath rubble.
Yeah.
He's probably not gonna make it anyway. If he does, it's a miracle and we'll save him. But
Yeah, exactly.
instead, blow him away. Who gives a shit?
That's probably better. It's like more of a mercy killing at that point. So she does have compassion. You know what I mean?
I mean, I get it. It's a good narrative moment. It's just when you're saying, like, the plans are in place, like everything's happening already.
I mean, it's happening
Like,
right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Like, what is
basically
he going to
over.
give up? What kind of detrimental stuff is he going to give up that
I guess people's names.
Yeah, that's the only thing. Skylar.
maybe?
Other people in the resistance.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Right.
Eventually, you meet up with Skylar again, and there's talk about we got to save the Kesslers. And eventually, you find out that Kessler is back at work at the place where you originally went in the beginning of the game, Doppelsig.
It all comes back to Doppelsig. I've been saying that for years.
You have been.
It's on your license plate. Doppelsig.
I know, right?
So you go break into Doppelsig again and save Maria Kessler, and then you're like, I'll find Kessler. You can just get out of here, and then you save Kessler. But he's like, nope, you got to destroy this place. You're like, all right. So then you blow up the whole thing, and you escape in an airship. Oh, to an airstrip. Yeah, because then you fly back on a plane. So now you blew up their atomic research place.
Which is in Germany.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
And now you're going
well,
back to Paris.
It's not very far from France.
I'm not good with geography.
Yeah, I mean, this was the days of there had to be an open world, but in this game, they've done this in like Grand Theft Auto 2, where they'll put you on a plane, send you to another map, and it's like a super small map that just to give you something different than the city you've been in,
Yeah.
and then give a reason for why you can't explore and you have to come right back.
Right.
So then you get back to France, and now there's like full revolution in Paris. That shouldn't be revolution. It should be just called resistance or whatever.
Resistance.
Yeah.
Resistance is a type of revolution, I suppose.
Well, revolution has a different context. But
I'm
anyway,
trying to help you.
I know.
And you're just,
Just take the win.
yeah, just take it. Just be like, yeah, you are awesome.
But she's like, as Skylar tells you that, yeah, hey, Dierker survived that like thing when you tried to blow him up in a car.
Get the fuck out. How?
And then you're like, well, I'm going to go get Dierker. And Veronique's like, I'm going with you. Oh, no. Veronique's like, I'm staying with the resistance. You go. I screwed that up.
Yeah.
I'm all about the cause now since I had to shoot Luke in the face.
Yeah.
It's like a Highlander. I gain his power.
I'm kind of all in right now, guys.
Yeah, isn't
Yeah.
she like, I don't know if I could do this, and you're the one who's like, yeah, you can be the leader.
Yeah,
now. And,
yeah.
and she's like, oh yeah, I can.
Yeah, 'cause, yeah. The
Luke's
next
dead.
one,
You're right.
like she's the leader, and you're like, all right, and then you kiss her, and you're just like, meh. I kind of,
Yeah.
it doesn't deserve any kind of emotional
No, there
weight
was
investment.
none.
It's like, oh, this is your friend's sister. You just kissed when.
Yeah, it was pointless, really.
And then there's a whole scene of you chasing Dierker up the Eiffel Tower and fighting him, blah blah blah, and you get to the top of the Eiffel Tower, and eventually you just shoot Dierker off the edge.
I think if you wait long enough, he'll jump himself
Maybe I don't know.
because he's disgraced. He's killed all his other.
I didn't
soldiers and
even
shit.
feel like figuring it out. I was like, all right, you shot him, he fell off. Either way, he was gonna die.
Yeah.
And then it's kind of like you get down and you're like, I'm just started killing Nazis, and the game's over.
Yep. It's like it's not over.
Yeah.
It's just started.
I don't remember my timelines, but Paris was occupied for like 4 years.
Yeah, they don't really.
It wasn't until the Allies came and rolled through town, and they didn't get to
I guess
the shore.
it could be 4 years later.
No,
But-
it doesn't make. Well, what was the resistance doing that whole time?
Well, let's go to the wiki and find out when the great Nazi Grand Prix were in Paris.
I swear to God,
You think
if I
they're
actually
real?
Find one.
I don't know. Grand Prix Nazi Paris, 1939.
There wasn't one for it.
Yeah, this French resistance included several Grand Prix drivers.
That's pretty awesome.
Oh, that is pretty neat. Huh.
There's a story from the New York Times, 2008, 3 Grand Prix drivers who became wartime saboteurs. So I think this might be a little bit more
Based in reality than we gave credit
Yeah.
for.
Yeah.
I could believe that.
I'll tell you what, if you asked me to tell you what the accurate real life events were, I wouldn't have picked an ex Grand Prix driver's now a saboteur. I would not have picked that.
No, definitely.
It was definitely something somebody learned in a history class and was like, that'd make a great game.
Yeah, that'd be a cool Grand Theft Auto type game. But yeah.
That's it. That's the game. We did it.
Yep.
We got through it. We're better
Finally.
people.
Fucking A.
Pretty sick story, but let's see how we have, what opinions we have about it. And we'll start with, I guess I should start because you started last time, Sir Chump Slap.
Yeah. Okay, I'll ask you some questions.
Oh, cool. What do you got?
Did watching this video make you want to be a saboteur?
Okay.
Was the story pretty good, or did you find it quite a bore?
Ooh.
Not bad.
And out of 27 stars, how much did this game score?
I knew you would go the easy route, but it was the right one.
It had to.
I had my finger over the boo button. Didn't have to use it. Did not have to use it. Very good. Okay, so did this video make me want to play it? Kind of, because I remember this game coming out, and I remember at the time I didn't play it. Not for any specific reason, just I was playing something else.
Right.
And I was like, that game looks interesting. And then I had a roommate playing it, and he said it was fine. So I was like, whatever. And I just never got around to it.
All right.
That's fair.
When I was looking up and researching this game, a lot of YouTube videos that came up that said the Saboteur, a hidden classic or something similar.
Yeah,
to
I
that.
saw that after I was looking. I was like, really? I never heard of it before.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do remember it. I just never got around to playing it. But did it make me want to play it? Kind of. I mean, I think during those PS3 days, like, really cemented me in a love for gaming. And that's kind of why I'm playing Infamous 2 now. It's just the way those games handle, there's like a looseness and an arcadiness to them, but it's still fun.
Yeah.
And I think I just love like games from that period. So yeah, sure, I'd play it.
Right. Fair.
Did the story work for me? There was a lot going on here. I'm sure there was all kinds of side missions and threads and stuff you could go down. But the main story, I mean, there's not much more that's captivating than a resistance fighting the evil empire. I mean, that's what Star Wars is built on, guys. Like,
Yeah. Bad comparison.
We talked enough about Star Wars last week.
Yeah.
no, okay, yeah, all right. We'll never talk about Star Wars again until I think
If you ever
another
want
Star
to
Wars
reference Star Wars, reference something else that alluded to Star Wars.
There you go.
Okay,
Reference the reference.
Yeah.
reference a reference. Gotcha. I'll work on that for next week. But yeah, so the story worked for me. We didn't talk about it, but I really love the mechanic where the game is in like black and white, and when you liberate sections, it turns into color.
Yeah, that was kind of cool.
I like that.
I'm not gonna lie, it took me a couple of watches to see what exactly was happening there, because there was like a big explosion of light. I'm like, is that an explosion? And then it's like, oh, nothing happened. Oh, it changed color. Well, why did that happen?
Well, in the very beginning, when you're with Luke and you blow up that fuel depot, it changes. And I love how they made it part of the game. I love it how Luke's like, it feels different now, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like there's something else in the air and the world's in color.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
I thought that was really cool. I really liked how they did that. I liked Sean Devlin mostly as a character. I mean, he's mostly just a blow-up machine. There's so much stuff going on around him that he doesn't really develop that much of a personality other than flirting with Skylar and trying to get with Jules' sister, Veronique.
Yeah, they don't go into any of his backstory with any of that.
No, but they set it up like he's going to go after Veronique the entire game, and then all of a sudden Skylar walks into town. It's like, oh, hey, how you doing? We used to hang out.
I always thought it was like Veronique was just a good friend, and he was just watching out for her.
It's kind of like a big brother thing.
Yeah. Like he had to step in for Jules.
But he kisses her at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's France.
It also
It is
was
France.
it was an awkward kiss to anybody. Well, maybe playing the game is different, but watching all the cutscenes.
It doesn't even make any sense. They're not even like
really
like romantically entangled.
And she just got like this big responsibility of running the resistance, and then he's like, all right, I'll
It
kiss
was
her.
more a congratulatory kiss.
And coming to think of it, all the stuff that was talked about Sean liking Veronique was like someone else busting his balls, like Jules being like, "And you stay away from my sister." He's like, "What are you talking about, your sister?" Huh.
Yeah.
But I did like how Skylar and Veronique weren't the same person. They had very different personalities. And I thought they were great. Did it make me want to play Wait, no. Did the story work for me? Yes, it did. Basing it around true stories, at least, as far as
Saboteurs
occupied by Nazis, that adds to it as well. So what score would I give it? I mean, it's tough because there's a lot of stuff I really liked about this, but it did feel a little predictable in the frame of a Rebels versus Empire game.
Explain your reference.
Rebels, I mean, just in general, the people rebelling against a larger empire.
It was not a serious thing.
It wasn't specifically a Star Wars, although that's what they were called in Star Wars. But anything with Nazis dying gets more points for me. So I'm going to go with a 13. I'm going high on
shit.
Ooh.
I think it did a lot more right than it did wrong. I think some of the characters might have been a little one-dimensional, but when Luke got shot in the face by Veronique, like, I felt it. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
I can't lie, I didn't see it coming.
No, me neither. There was definitely a couple moments where I was like, damn, okay, all right, this is the story we're going with.
Yeah.
And there was obviously a couple where I'm like, ugh, okay.
Fair.
But yeah, 13. So that's what I'm going with.
All
So
right.
it's your turn, Sir Chump Slap.
You got any questions or something? Specifics that you'd like to me to talk about right now?
Did watching this video make you want to blow up stuffs like an insurgent? Did the story
Continue.
work for you? Or was it just not enough urgent?
That's the only thing I could think of, too.
Detergent.
Oh, sick.
What
think you
score
just
out of
gave it.
27 stars do you think you'd give this Mergent?
Emergent.
That's not a word.
No, it is now.
Nope, it isn't.
It made me want to play it, yeah. I think it did. I think I wanted to play Grand Theft Auto in 1940 anti-Nazi Paris. It sounds fun. It sounds like a cool idea. Did they pull it off? I don't know. I didn't play it. I don't really watch any gameplay either. But yeah, it looked fun. Did the story work for me? Yeah, it did. It's all about one man's revenge and this massive other thing that's going on that everybody else is way more involved in, and he could care less. He's just like, I want to get Dierker back now. I want to fucking kill that asshole. He killed my best friend Jules. And even to the point where Veronique shoots Luke in the face, it's like, there's something way bigger here than me and my shit. And she's like, yeah, this is way bigger. Who the hell cares? Let's do it. And it's all just going on, and Sean doesn't give a shit. He's like, it's a means to an end.
Very one track
Yeah, I really like that.
with his motivations, but he's consistent.
Yeah, I like that. I like that you're shooting Z's the whole time. I liked the setting. It was nice. I liked the whole fucking black to color thing, black and white to colors. And it just felt different. It felt like a different thing. We haven't done a World War II game, I don't, in a while. If we did, I don't know. And instead of helicopter crashes, there were Zeppelin crashes. That was cool. So score out of 27. This is a perfectly average game. So I'd say slightly above. And I'm going to give it a 14 because I enjoyed the hell out of it. And this video, although it was closer to 3 hours, felt a lot shorter than that goddamn Star Wars video last week.
Yeah, it really did. And I think that Star Wars movie I watched was like 35 minutes.
Exactly.
That was rough. All right, well, it's time for you, Sir Man of the Hour, Dr. Syintist.
Sir Man of the Hour.
Sir Man of the Hour.
Yeah, got it.
Yeah, that's right. I think you nailed it.
Did watching this video make you want to play this on the PS3?
Oh, nice.
Did the story work for you, or was it not good enough for thee?
Can you please hurry up? I gotta pee.
What score out of 27 stars do you think you hurry up? I gotta pee. See what I did there?
Yeah.
Clutch. Beautiful.
Did I want to play it? No. Not my thing. Not my cup of tea. Did the story work for me? All in all, I think it was a good story. It was set in something that people have at least some knowledge of. It was.
You think?
Yeah. Who knows what happens in the United States now?
Yeah,
But
they should have some knowledge.
I did like. I thought it was hilarious when you said that at least it was Zeppelins crashing and not helicopters.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good change of pace.
Yeah. It was just a revenge story, but then there's other shit happening in the background. All you said. Thought it was all right. It definitely gets points because you're shooting Nazis.
Yeah, right.
That always adds
Hell
a point
yeah.
or two. And I ended up giving it 11 stars.
Yeah.
That's very respectable.
Yeah, what is that, 39 total?
Yeah, it's fucking a big one, dude.
It's got to be top 5.
It's 38, 11, 14, 13.
Oh, I thought you gave 14. All right.
No.
38 is a tie that we gave that to Infamous a couple weeks ago.
Oh,
right.
shit. Another Syintist game, huh?
Yeah. And then if we go back in time, I don't want to really hang around this year to give away spoilers, but Metal Gear Solid, we gave a 35.
All right.
And Shadow Warrior, we gave a 36.
Oh, Shadow Warrior was pretty decent.
Yeah. Neat.
Yeah, I mean, it was a pleasant surprise. I didn't expect to like it as much as I did.
Yeah,
Yeah,
did
I
I.
didn't know anything about it going in.
I think I just Googled video game set in Paris, and this one came up.
Yeah. Dig it. Dug it.
Dope.
Dig it, dug it, dope.
All right, well, if we got nothing else to say about the quality of this game, let's go ahead and move into our favorite segment of every week, which is Dr. Scientist Radical Pokemon Lock of the Week.
Pokemon, Lock of the Week.
It would have been funnier if you would have hit the cheese and milk tank button at that time.
I still got it here somewhere. Where is it? Where is it?
I hope they hang them.
That's not it.
If you want cheese, you get a milk tank.
There it is. I found it. But anyway, Dr. Scientist, what kind of Pokemon you got for us?
I just felt like talking about my favorite fighting Pokemon this week.
Ooh.
It's going to be second because Blaziken was already picked, but
Sure, of course.
Okay,
Who does
yeah,
that?
yeah.
who's on my roster team
Yeah.
that I'll first get when things become real.
Oh, this one?
No, Blaziken is.
Oh, okay.
But this is probably then my second favorite fighting Pokemon, and it's a Pokemon named Heracross. Heracross. Heracross.
Heracross.
It's just a bug fighting Pokemon. It's got a big horn on it. And its descriptions say it gets under enemies' bellies and lifts and throws them.
It's fucking infuriating.
It can easily throw an object around 100 times its weight. And I even wrote down its weight here because it's 119 pounds.
Jesus Christ, so you can throw something that's 1,000
It's like
pounds?
6 tons. No, not 10 times its weight, 100 times its weight.
Oh, Christ, yeah.
like
Math is not great.
Close to
with
6
me.
tons it can flip with its horns.
What is the equivalent? Is that like a fucking fully filled garbage truck and you just flip over with its face?
6 tons is a lot.
And it's 4'11"?
Yeah, 411, even better.
Awesome.
I was going to say, does it look like a Hercules beetle? Yeah,
Yeah, it kinda does.
That's kind of, I guess that's where it gets his name.
Yeah. That's my favorite fighting Pokemon.
Interesting.
He level's pretty slow, but I mean, he's throwing around fucking dump trucks. Like,
Could you imagine taking a horn to the face of that guy?
No, I couldn't. I don't think anyone can once it's done. They're dead.
Yeah.
it's kind of like a fish fin on his face there, but
It's exoskeleton for sure.
yeah.
we won't hold it against him.
That's
That's
just
it.
going to hurt.
Pokemon this week is Heracross.
Heracross, going to hurt.
Heracross. I mean, we'll go with that button. It may might have been the one I wanted to do.
You're still learning.
Yeah.
I'm still there. There's a lot of buttons. Let's go ahead and move into our favorite segment of every week, which is Sir Chump Slaps this or that.
This.
The world champion of this or that.
Yeah, you can't beat him. He's the best at it.
I'll fight anybody.
Every week,
Hang 'em.
we ask Sir Chump Slap. We give him 7 prompts. He has to decide if it's one thing or if it's another thing. This week, when we give you the prompts, you're going to have to tell us if the person mentioned is a mythological character,
Okay.
fictional,
Myth.
not real,
Well, that's what mythical means.
or if the person mentioned was actually a real person.
Myth or real? Myth or real? Myth or
Myth
real?
Or
Ethereal.
real.
Ethereal.
Material.
Got it. This could be hard because,
Yeah, there might be people who are real who are also mythical.
yeah, like Johnny Appleseed
Or King Arthur.
or. I got nothing.
The steel driving man. John
That's
Henry.
what I was thinking.
John
It's fucking
Henry.
weird. Get out of my goddamn head.
That's how you win these every week, man.
Oh, scientists are telling me telepathically.
All right. Are you ready, Sir Chump Slap, for your 7 prompts?
Oh, yeah. Bring them on, bud.
Remember, real character or completely fictional mythical character?
Real.
Here we
Myth.
go.
Got it.
Number 1, Robin Hood.
Myth.
The Red Baron.
Real.
Paul Bunyan.
Myth.
Uncle Sam.
Real? Maybe?
Geronimo.
Real.
Pecos Bill.
Real.
Johnny Appleseed.
Myth. I don't know.
I think some of those ones that let's see what the answers
This is
are.
bad. I think it did bad.
It's not. I mean, for a normal person, it's not bad, but for the standards that you've set for this show, a 4 out of 7's not gonna cut it.
I think some of those ones that are myths.
We're based on real people.
Yeah, we'll have to see what the answers are. All right.
I mean,
go
there's
through
no real Uncle Sam, but I thought there was a person who.
No, that's from USA Meats, I think.
Whatever.
Well, you got Robin Hood at number 1 as a myth. That was correct. The Red.
See, I thought there was a real Robin Hood too. Well, someone who's based
Yeah,
that
it's
Robin Hood is based
on-
off of.
Yeah.
The Red Baron is a real person from World War I. That's correct.
Snoopy. Yeah.
Paul Bunyan or Snoopy. Yes.
A real
Paul
person.
Bunyan is completely made up. That's a myth. Uncle Sam is not real. That's a myth. Geronimo is a real person. You nailed that. Pecos Bill is a myth. Never existed.
Sounded
And Johnny
real.
Appleseed is real. He did exist. You got that one wrong.
I doubt that's real.
So you got Johnny Appleseed, Pecos Bill, and Uncle Sam incorrect.
Yeah, I don't know. Those are both. They're all toss-ups. All 3 of those.
Yeah, I think you got 7 out of 7 close enough.
Yeah. Thank you.
Well, let's see what the people have to say about that. I don't know if they're in your corner.
Oh, fair enough.
Hang them. I hope they hang them.
Whoa, calm down, guys. I can't get them all
Leave
right.
the audience alone, Dr. Scientist. Jeez.
That escalated quickly.
All right.
That's cool. But all right, let's say if they wanted to send us their doctoral thesis on how Johnny Appleseed was a real person that went around planting apple trees, what email could they send that to, Sir Chump Slap?
Well, send that to plottytime@gmail.com, and I don't know if I'll read all that, but I'll fucking respond.
There you go. 100% guaranteed response rate at least the first time. So then if they want to get to us faster on the socials, how are they going to do that, Dr. Scientist?
At Plottytime on Instagram, or stop by the Plottytime subreddit and tell us what Pokemon you want to see and what questions you want Chump Slap to answer.
Yeah, I'll answer whatever.
Perfect. You can also go on YouTube, like to subscribe there. It really helps us out. Or you can head to plottytime.com, which takes you to our eBay storefront, which takes you to our store where you can buy t-shirts and other bullshit. That about does it for us. So, as always, shout out to Blaine JJ, Drago the Slago, Hamman, and Luis Guzman. More importantly than all that, don't trust Dr. Scientists, and we'll talk to you next time. Peace.
Peace.